Good morning, students. Today I would like to discuss another part in second PUC chemistry, that is called as organic chemistry. Let us start with that. In first PUC or 11th standard, we already completed few topics related to organic chemistry, that is hydrocarbons, aromatic hydrocarbons. So in hydrocarbons, we already completed alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Already you know what is the aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay? For continuation of that syllabus, in second PUC, in organic chemistry, we have another functional groups like halogen compounds is one of the functional group, and alcohols and phenols and ethers is another functional groups. Aldehyde, ketones, carboxylic acid is another functional groups, and nitrogen containing organic compounds is a large functional group in both first PUC and second PUC syllabus. So each and every functional group we have one chapter in second PUC organic chemistry. In that, the first topic is halogen compounds. I think this halogen word is a basic term to you. I think in periodic table only you learn more about the halogens. Can you tell me what elements belongs to halogen? Okay, the elements belongs to the halogen is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. One more element is there, it is radioactive element. We are not going to discuss under the halogen, that is called as astatine. Now fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine is belongs to halogen compound. I think you may get one doubt now. Halogen compounds is an inorganic compound. How can we teach? How can we take that halogen compounds into organic chemistry? That is called as organic chemistry. Let us start now. Suppose if these halogen atoms, that is called as fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, if it is attached to hydrocarbons, okay, these halogen compounds are attached to hydrocarbons. I think again hydrocarbons are two types. Okay, one is aliphatic hydrocarbons, and aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay, these halogen atoms, that is fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine, which is going to attach the hydrocarbons, that is either aliphatic hydrocarbons or aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay. Now the respective derivatives is called as a halogen compounds. I think you may get one doubt here. How these halogen compounds are attached to these hydrocarbons? The simple thing is, if you take one hydrocarbon, best example aliphatic hydrocarbon. So I am going to take here. Okay, if you take best example of aliphatic hydrocarbon, that is called as methane. Methane formula is CH4. This is a methane. The formula is CH4. Okay, this is the best example of aliphatic hydrocarbon. Now, in this, 4 hydrogens is there which is attached to covalent bond. Okay, in that we are removing one hydrogens. In CH4, if we remove one hydrogen, it becomes CH3, and we are attaching any one halogen. It may be fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. Okay, so that generally I represent is X. All halogen elements generally we are going to represent is X. Okay, these aliphatic hydrocarbons. In that aliphatic hydrocarbons, we are removing one hydrogen, okay, and attach one halogen element. Now this is best example of halogen compound. Means from aliphatic hydrocarbons or aromatic hydrocarbons, we are removing one hydrogen or more hydrogens, and we are attached the one halogens or more halogens. The respective compounds is called as a halogen compounds. Okay. Now you understand what is the definition of halogen compounds. Suppose let us take aromatic hydrocarbons. Best example of aromatic hydrocarbon is, I think is a silly question, right? Yes, of course. This is the best example of aromatic hydrocarbon, that is called as benzene. That benzene, each carbon atom is attached by one hydrogen atom. In that, from any one carbon atom, we are removing the hydrogen and attach the what? Halogen. Now this is also belongs to the halogen compounds. Okay, this we are getting from aliphatic hydrocarbon, and this we are getting from aromatic hydrocarbons. Now suppose if the halogen compounds we are getting from aliphatic hydrocarbon, that is belongs to haloalkanes. Haloalkanes. It belongs to haloalkanes. Suppose if it is coming from aromatic hydrocarbons, that is called as haloarenes. A-R-E-N-E-S. Haloarenes. Okay. Why we are calling it a haloarene? Arene. The arene is the another name of aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay. So this is the main subparts of these halogen compounds. One is called as haloalkanes, and that is called as haloarenes. Okay, note it. Now I hope you understand the introduction. Let us start further things in this chapter. Yeah. Before going to the further depth of this chapter, first of all, what is the industrial scope of this chapter? What is the industrial scope of this chapter? This means what is the uses of halogen compounds in our day-to-day life? Okay, that is first we have to learn. Why? Because learning of chemistry is finally we require some day-to-day life uses. Then only the chapter is become more interesting further. Okay, what is the main important of these halogen compounds in our day-to-day life is the best drug. I think you may heard nowadays the best drug for treatment of corona disease is chloroquine. Chloroquine. The formula of chloroquine is C18H26Cl and N. This is the formula of chloroquine. You understand here, by seeing this formula, this C18H26 is the hydrocarbon. It may be aliphatic or the aromatic. In that we are removing one halogen atoms and attach this chlorine. Chlorine, you know, is a halogen compound. Okay. So in this hydrocarbon, we are removing one hydrogens and attach the halogens. And attach our halogen. This belongs to a halogen compound. That's why this chloroquine is a drug which are very useful for treatment of malaria disease. Actually, it is an anti-malaria drug. But that anti-malaria drug is also useful for treatment of corona disease also. But it is not much successful, but some symptoms it is decreases. Okay. Now another drug is there that is called as chloramphenicol. Chloramphenicol. This chloramphenicol is another halogen compound drug which are useful for treatment of typhoid disease. Is another major disease, typhoid disease. The typhoid disease, for decreasing of the symptoms or for killing of the typhoid causing pathogens, we require one of the best drugs that is called as chloramphenicol. This chloramphenicol belongs to what? Halogen compound. Halogen compound. And one more best example, one more major importance of these halogen compounds is, suppose you want to kidnap any one person, you don't kidnap it, right? Okay? So you want to kidnap any one person, what do you do? I think in cinemas already you were saying, you are spraying some chloroform, isn't it? The chloroform that is formed by CHCl3, the chloroform is best drug for anesthesia. It is used even in medical industry few years back. But this chloroform is not a local anesthesia, it is entire body anesthesia, but that replaced by so many other anesthesia. Okay. Now this chloroform is also used for the anesthesia drug, and it is belongs to our halogen compounds. Apart this, there is so many uses of halogen compounds in our day-to-day life, like it is used as a solvents and it is used for other medical industry. But we are not going to the depth of that, you will learn in higher studies. Now I go into the further topics. Okay. This is the importance of day-to-day life of these halogen compounds. Now the major topic in this halogen compound is, that is classification. Without understanding the classification, we can't understand perfectly of this chapter. Now the classification we are going to discuss with the different criteria. Means the classification always done by using some criteria which belongs to this halogen compounds. Suppose for example, first criteria is based on the number of halogen atoms. Based on the number of halogen atoms. Based on the number of halogen atoms. This is the first criteria for doing a classification of these halogen compounds. In that, suppose if any hydrocarbon, like suppose I take the CH4, is the best example of hydrocarbon. In that, if remove only one hydrogen atom, it is become 2, CH3, and attach only one halogen atom. Means here how many halogen atoms is there? Only one. Means it is belongs to what? Monohalogen compound. Monohalogen compound. Suppose from same CH4, if I remove 2 hydrogen atoms, it becomes CH2 and attach the 2 halogen atoms, 2x. Then it is become to the dihalogen compound. Dihalogen compounds. In that same CH4, if I remove 3 hydrogen atoms, then among CH4, if you remove 3 hydrogen atoms minus 3 hydrogen atoms, then it's become only 1 hydrogen atom. If you attach the 3 halogen atoms, this becomes to the trihalogen compound. Trihalogen compounds or polyhalogen compounds. It's called as trihalogen compounds or polyhalogen compounds. Means this is the first criteria to divide the classification of halogen compounds based on the number of halogen atoms. If only one halogen atom attached, it is called as monohalogen. 2 halogen atoms are attached, it is called as dihalogen compounds. More than 2, maybe 3 or 4 or 5 it is attached, it is called as polyhalogen compounds. Now I ask one question here after this classification. Now only we discuss about the chloroform. Okay, the formula of chloroform is CHCl3. Now tell me, it belongs to which halogen compounds? It belongs to the trihalogen compounds, or is also called as polyhalogen compounds. Okay, one more example that is called as CCl4. This is also one of the best examples. That is called as carbon tetrachloride. Okay, this belongs to what type of halogen compound? This also belongs to polyhalogen compounds. Okay. This is the first criteria to decide whether it is a monohalogen, a dihalogen, or trihalogen, or polyhalogen compounds. Now we are going to the another second criteria. Okay. Second criteria. Actually, this monohalogen compounds what we discussed few seconds back monohalogen compounds. These monohalogen compounds are again divided into, only we are actually entire this chapter we are much discussing about the monohalogen compounds. Okay, we are not going to much discuss on dihalogen compounds, and we have some little bit discussion about the polyhalogen compounds. But among the 100% chapter, nearly 98% of chapter we are going to discuss only about the monohalogen compounds. That's why we should be learn some more classification about the monohalogen compounds. Okay. These monohalogen compounds again divided into two criteria. One is called as the halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. That is called as one classification. Next, the halogen atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon atom. Okay, this is another classification of monohalogen compounds. Means, so suppose now only we discuss. This is the halogen atom is attached to carbon atom. Okay, this carbon atom is maybe sp2 hybridized carbon or it may be sp3 hybridized carbon. Can you please tell me that how we can identify one carbon atom is sp2 or one carbon atom is what? sp2. Let us start now. First I am going to discuss about the halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Suppose around the carbon there is a four single bonds are present. Four completely single bonds, nothing but covalent bond or sigma bonds are present. Four sigma bonds or single bonds are present. Now this hybridized carbon atom is sp3. For this is attached to halogen, then it is called as halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Okay. Now this again divided into this halogen atom, halogen is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon, again divided into another classification that is called as primary, that is called as alkyl halide. Alkyl halide. Second one is alkyl halide. This is further classified into alkyl halide only. We are not going to second. This is further attached to alkyl halide. Second one also is there, that is called as allyl halide. Third one is there, that is called as benzylic halide. I think you don't confuse here. Okay. First we are going to discuss. First is the halogen. Based on the number of halogen atoms, we are going to divide in monohalogen compound, dihalogen compounds, and trihalogen or polyhalogen compounds. Again, these monohalogen compounds are divided into halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Under that, again, further classification is that is called as alkyl halide, allyl halide, and benzylic halide. Okay. Now, first we are going to discuss what is the alkyl halide. Alkyl halide means, so we take one hydrocarbon like CH4 or C2H6 like C2H6. In that we are removing one hydrogen atoms, then we can attach the one halogen. Means the halogen atom is directly attached to only sp3 hybridized carbon. Only sp3 hybridized carbon. Here there is no double bonds, there is no any aromatic ring here. The halogen atom is directly attached to sp3 hybridized carbon, or the halogen atom is directly attached to alkanes. Okay, so methane is one of the alkane. The halogen atom is attached to that methane by removing a hydrogen atom. This is belongs to alkyl halide. Now this is a ethane. Now ethane, in that we are removing one hydrogen atoms, we attach another halogen, then this is also belongs to alkyl halide. Now this again further classification is this alkyl halide again further classified into, this is a very important classification. Please follow carefully. Now this is called as primary alkyl halide. This alkyl halide again divided into primary alkyl halide, secondary alkyl halide, and tertiary alkyl halide. Tertiary alkyl halide. These terms is regularly coming in this chapter. Just try to understand this primary alkyl halide and secondary alkyl halide and tertiary alkyl halide is belongs to the alkyl halide family. This is belongs to the halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Now this is belongs to the monohalogen compounds. Why it is called as monohalogen compounds? Among this all, there is only present of only one halogen atom. Okay. Now I am going to start what is the primary alkyl halide, what is the secondary alkyl halide, what is the tertiary alkyl halide. The primary alkyl halide is nothing but already you heard about the primary carbon in first PUC only. What is the primary carbon? Primary carbon and secondary carbon and tertiary carbon. Anybody tell me that? What is the primary carbon? The primary carbon is nothing but the carbon atom which are going to attach only one carbon atom. Means around this carbon atom, only one carbon atom is present. Means what about the remaining 3 bonds? The remaining 3 bonds, it may be attaching of hydrogen atoms, maybe attaching of hydrogen atoms or halogen atoms. Means simply remember that what is the meaning of primary carbon is nothing but the carbon which is adjacent to only one carbon is that is called as primary carbon. Now I think this carbon atom which is only adjacent to only one carbon atom is that is called as primary carbon. Our halogen atom, what our X is, this is called as a halogen atom. This halogen atom is attached to the directly, that is very important. This halogen atom directly attached to primary carbon, then it is belongs to primary alkyl halide. You don't think about further what is this carbon atom again attached to what type of carbon atom. We'll see later about that. Now keep in mind this halogen atoms, okay, directly attached to sp3 hybridized carbon atom. Keep in mind this carbon atom should be sp3 and also should be primary carbon. What is meaning of primary carbon? The carbon atom which is directly attached to primary carbon. Now this is belongs to primary alkyl halide. I hope you understand that the halogen atom is directly attached to primary carbon. I think if you understand that, is further this is very easy. The halogen atom is attached to secondary carbon. Now primary carbon is nothing but the carbon atom which is attached to only one carbon atom. The secondary carbon atom is nothing but this what halogen compound attached to carbon is should be attached with 2 carbon atoms. Remaining hydrogen it may be. So means see here this carbon atom which is going to attach with, this is one carbon atom, this is another carbon atom. Means this carbon atom is sp3 hybridization and also it is secondary carbon. That's why this type of alkyl halide is a secondary alkyl halide. Okay. I think tertiary alkyl halide, I think you only answer now. What is the tertiary alkyl halide? The halogen atom which is going to attach 3 carbon atom directly, the halogen atom which is attached carbon should be attached with 3 carbon atoms. Okay. Now this carbon atom is belongs to tertiary carbon. Now this halogen atom is attached to this tertiary carbon, then it is belongs to tertiary alkyl halide. Okay. I think you don't want repetition. So primary, secondary and tertiary. Simple. Where this halogen atom is attached, the primary carbon or secondary carbon or tertiary carbon. And before that, what is meaning of primary carbon, what is meaning of secondary carbon, what is meaning of tertiary carbon, you should be knowing in your mind. Okay, keep your mind. So this is a primary alkyl halide. Okay. Now we are going to the another classification. This is the alkyl halides. We are going to another classification, that is allied under this halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon only. That is the second one. That is allylic halide. This is major important. Very simple also. Allylic halide. What is allylic halide is the halogen atom that is called as X which is attached to carbon is again sp3 only. With attached carbon is again sp3 only, means is having around this carbon there is 3 or 4 single bonds. And now this sp3 hybridized carbon again attached to carbon carbon double bond. Carbon carbon double bond. Carbon carbon double bond. Now I think you understand now. You are seeing clearly here. The halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. This is sp3 hybridized carbon. Now this is again attached to carbon. Next, immediately attached to carbon carbon double bond. Means this sp3 hybridized carbon next carbon carbon double bond is here. Okay, that is called as allylic halide. Okay, the halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. This sp3 hybridized carbon again attached to carbon carbon double bond immediately. Suppose this carbon carbon double bond is there any far away, you don't think that it is allylic halide. Immediately should be present immediately. Okay, this is called as allylic halide. Okay, now let us go third one, benzylic halide. Benzylic halide. What is meaning of benzylic halide? So the halogen atom that is called as X, which is again attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. sp3 hybridized carbon. The halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. I don't want to repeat again. This should be sp3 hybridized. Why? The single bonds are present. 4 single bonds are present. Now this sp3 hybridized carbon is immediately or next attached with one benzene ring or one aromatic ring. One benzene ring. This is not aromatic ring, it's a benzene ring. Benzene is aromatic, but you don't think all aromatic rings here. Take benzene rings here. The halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. This sp3 hybridized carbon immediately or next attached with the benzene ring. That is called as benzylic halide. Okay. This is monohalogen compounds. The halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. This is alkyl halide, allylic halide, and benzylic halide. Okay. Now we are going to discuss some problems on this. I hope you understand the concept. Okay. I think you have to answer now. I give you a few seconds. You should be answer now by taking one empty paper. Let us start now. I will write one compound. Can you tell me which belongs to either alkyl halide or allylic halide or benzylic halide? Now this compound belongs to what? Yeah, what about this compound? What about this compound? I think you may see here. What about this compound? I think these 4 compounds, if you classify, you understand the topic. What about this compound? Can you tell me first what about this compound? It belongs to which? It is allylic. Allylic. Anybody thought it is a benzylic? Okay. It's not allylic halide. Why it is allylic chloride? We simply call it allylic chloride, but you can use allylic halide also. Allylic halide, it belongs to allylic halide family. Why? Because this is halogen atom is this carbon. You may understand or not. Is attached to one hydrogen. Means around this carbon 4 bonds is there. Means this halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon, and immediately this side there is a carbon carbon double bond is there. That's why it is called as allylic halide. I think it's a very silly question I am asking to you. Then tell me what about this? Okay, it is belongs to the alkyl halide, and again it is a tertiary alkyl halide. Why it is a tertiary alkyl halide? Can anybody tell me that? Why it is a tertiary alkyl halide? Why? Because the halogen atom which is attached to tertiary carbon. That's why it is called as a tertiary alkyl halide. How can you say it is a tertiary alkyl halide? Simple. Okay. This carbon atom surrounded by 3 carbon atoms. That's why it is called as tertiary alkyl halide. That's why this is belongs to the halogen atom directly attached to sp3 hybridized carbon, and this sp3 hybridized carbon is tertiary carbon. That's why it is a tertiary alkali halide. It is very simple. This belongs to primary alkali halide. I don't want too much discussion on that. It is a primary alkali halide. This one is belongs to again allylic halide. Allylic halide. What is the allylic halide? This halogen atom is this is a carbon. This is a carbon is this halogen atom is attached to sp3 hydrogen carbon. This is direct next attached with carbon carbon double bond. That's why it is called as allylic halide. Okay. Now one more last compound. Can you tell me that? What about this? This belongs to what? Okay. This belongs to benzylic halide. Why this belongs to? Why this belongs to benzylic halide? Because the halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. This sp3 hybridized carbon. This is a sp3 hybridized carbon. This sp3 hybridized carbon again is attached to benzene ring. That's why this is called as best example of benzylic halide. Okay. So this is the first classification. The halogen atom is attached to sp3 hybridized carbon. Okay. Again, this is divided into alkyl halide. This alkyl halide divided into primary, secondary, tertiary. And next one after alkyl halide is allylic halide. Next one is benzylic halide. Now we are going to another one. Second one is the halogen atom attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. sp2 hybridized carbon. I think what is meaning of sp2 hybridized carbon means if any carbon is there, how we can identify this carbon is sp3 or sp2. Okay. So how we can identify any carbon is sp2 means around that carbon, there are 4 bonds are present. I think you are seeing there are 4 bonds are there. Among that, 3 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond is present. Then this carbon I can call as sp2 hybridized carbon. sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay. I hope you understand what is sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay. If around the carbon 3 sigma bonds, 1 pi bond is present, that is called as sp2 hybridized carbon. Our halogen atom, what is the X, which is directly attached to sp2 hybridized carbon, then it is called as halogen atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. This again divided into 2. One is called as vinylic halide. Vinylic halide. Second one is called as haloarine. Haloarenes is also called as allyl halide. Okay. The halogen atom is attached to sp2 hybridized carbon, which is further divided into vinylic halide and or haloarenes or allyl halide. Okay. The first one, what is meaning of vinylic? Vinylic is nothing but what is there our halogen atom? That halogen atom is directly attached to carbon-carbon double bond. Carbon-carbon double bond. See the halogen atom. This is the halogen atom which are directly attached with carbon. That carbon should be attached with the double bond. Okay. Now this is called as vinylic halide. Okay. Once I am repeating. The halogen atom is directly attached to carbon-carbon double bond or directly attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. Okay, that belongs to the vinylic halide. It is repeatedly coming. Please keep your mind. It is a vinylic halide. The second one is haloarine. Haloarenes is whatever halogen atom is that halogen atom is directly attached to benzene ring. Or one more definition also is the halogen atom is directly attached to sp2 hybridized carbon. That sp2 hybridized carbon should be present in aromatic ring. Okay, these are both definitions we can use. Simply we can call as the halogen atom is directly attached to benzene ring. That is called as a haloarenes or allyl halide. This is a classification, major part in this. Okay, you understand that? Now I am going to further topics. Once I am repeating, the halogen atom attached to sp2 hydrogen carbon. This is due to vinylic halide or aryl halide haloarenes. Vinylic halide is nothing but the halogen atom is attached to sp2 hydrogen carbon, which should be carbon-carbon double bond. But the halogen atom is directly attached to aromatic ring, that is called as haloarenes. This is the entire classification. Now, some more examples we are going to discuss in that. If you take this, it's called as chlorobenzene, it's called as bromobenzene, it's called as iodobenzene. This all belongs to what haloarenes only. Okay, and if you take the CH2 double bond CH and Cl, this is belongs to the what vinylic halide. Why is it called the vinylic halide? Because the halogen atom is directly attached to carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, I think now tell me what is this? This one which belongs to which one? This not belongs to the allylic halide. It just belongs to again vinylic halide. Why it is a vinylic halide? The halogen atom is directly attached to carbon-carbon double bond. So this is the classification. Okay, this is a major part in this chapter. Once you understand the classification, we are going to discuss nomenclature. Okay, so what is the nomenclature? Why we are using nomenclature? So anybody in this suppose they want to identify, should be required some names. Suppose your name, parents are giving to your name based on so many conditions. Like that only. If any organic compound is there, we should be give some name. That is, for that there is a rules that is called as IUPAC nomenclature. So let us start IUPAC nomenclature. IUPAC nomenclature. So when you come to the IUPAC nomenclature, so there is always suffix and prefixes for that. Okay. What is meaning of suffix and what is meaning of prefix that already you know. The suffix which is coming from after the name, after the root word. The prefix which is coming from before the root word. These halogen compounds we are not going to use as a suffix. We are going to use as a prefixes. For example, halogen compound, what we have halogens according to IUPAC nomenclature, the prefix is halo. The prefix is halo. This is prefix, it's not a suffix. Always keep in mind, the halogen compounds we are not going to use as a suffix form. We are going to use as a prefix form. Okay? The prefix is nothing but which is coming before the root word. Okay? So what is prefix for this halogen compound is halo. Suppose fluorine is there. The fluorine prefix is fluoro. Chlorine is there, chloro. Bromine is there, bromo. Iodine is there, means iodine. Okay? So let us start on simple compound that is called as CH3Cl. CH3Cl. So there is a two names generally we are giving for this halogen compounds. One is called as common name, another one is called as IUPAC name. Both I am going to discuss. One is a common name. What is meaning of common name? Common name, there is no rules for this common name. Okay? Then how we are giving is based on the where it is available or based on the how it is available or based on the who is discovered that compound. Based on that so many general criteria is there to decide the common names. Okay? But there is a perfect rules and regulations and conditions itself for the giving of IUPAC nomenclature. We can't do randomly. But common name you can do randomly, there is no much issue. Let us start first compound that is CH3Cl. Okay? What is the common name? The common name is called as methyl chloride. Methyl chloride means first we have to give the alkyl name and then we can do the word halogen name. That's why it is called as methyl chloride. Like general we are calling as alkyl halide, like that methyl chloride. I think why I am calling it as a methyl is simple things you know. CH4 is methane. In that you remove the one hydrogen, it is become methyl. If you remove the two hydrogen, it is become to CH2, right? That is called as methylene. L-E-N-E, methylene. Now this is CH3 is called as methyl chloride. Okay, what is the IUPAC name? First, in IUPAC name, what is the root word you have to identify? I think it's only one carbon atom is there. You don't think it is a carbon, it is here, right? Okay, this is the one carbon atom is there. If one carbon atom is there means that you know that is called as meth. I can call it as methane. In that, remove the E. Sorry, methane. I can write it as a methane. In that root word is meth. A-N-E is the suffix. Okay, meth is a root word. A-N-E is a suffix. Okay. I said already before only the halogen compounds we are using as a prefix, not a suffix. Then what halogen compound is there here? Chlorine. Then this becomes to chloromethane. Don't use capital words in between that. You have to use small words and continuation. Chloromethane. Okay. Then let us take another one, that is CH3, CH2, Cl. CH3, CH2, Cl. Now, what is the root word here? The root word is first carbon atom and second carbon atom. Two carbon atoms is there. If the two carbon atoms is there, according to IUPAC nomenclature, it is become ethane, right? It is become to ethane. If the two carbon atoms is there, that is the eth, and suffix of alkanes is the N. Okay? What is which halogen atom is there? That is called as chlorine. Then it is called as chloromethane. This is a IUPAC nomenclature. What is the common name? If it is a methyl, then it is called as ethyl. Then it is called as ethyl chloride. Instead of this chlorine, if you use the bromine, it is called as ethyl bromide. It is called as bromomethane. Okay. Let us start some more compounds. Some more compounds we are going to discuss now. Some more depth we are going. It's somewhat interesting molecule it is. Very simple only, but so many tools are confusing. This one. Okay. Now, in this, first I complete the IUPAC nomenclature. I identify the root word. This is called as the root word. Okay, why only it is called as the root word? Why can't this? I think you understand this. Two carbon atoms. Why it is not a root word? Because only two carbon atoms, if you go here like this, understand, right? If I take these two carbon atoms, then it's only two carbon atoms. If I take this, what I am over here, that is three carbon atoms. Where is the maximum number of carbon atoms? That is what as a root word. That is we are taking as a root word. Why can't we take this one? You take, there is no issue in that. Both are the same. Okay? So if you take this, it belongs to the root word. How many number of carbon atoms is there in root word? 1, 2, 3. 3 number of carbon atoms is there. If the 3 number of carbon atoms is there, I think you know, it's called as propane. It's called as propane. Okay? And is there any prefixes? Yes, there is a two prefixes. One is called as bromo, and that is called as methyl. I think you understand. This is a bromo. This is called as methyl. Then two prefixes is there. In that among the two prefixes, which I can take first, which I can take next. That is depends upon the alphabetical order. B is come first. That's why it is called as, first we are writing bromo. And you don't forget here again where the bromine is attached. The bromine is attached to second carbon. That's why it is called as 2-bromo. Okay. And where the methyl is attached, that is again 2. That's why it is called as 2-bromo, 2-methyl. 2-bromo, 2-methyl propane. Are you understanding? Again, see. The root word is a 3 carbon atom, that's why I am using it is a propane, and there is a 2 prefixes is there. One is a bromine, another is our methyl. According to alphabetical order, B is come first, that's why I am writing bromo. That bromine is attached to second carbon, that's why it is called as 2-bromo. The methyl is attached again second carbon, that's why it is called as 2-methyl propane. 2-bromo, 2-methyl propane. Okay, this is another one. Okay. Thank you. Further compounds we discuss in next class. Still so much nomenclature is there. Keep your mind. We discuss in next class. Bye.